am suing Miss Reynolds because she failed to be honest about her matchmaking services. I am a woman who has high-profile circles. I am a Harvard MBA graduate. I work at the top finance company in New York, and I run in elite circles. I live a very full life that I'm grateful for, but because I'm so busy, I don't have time to find the man of my dreams. So I did a little research and decided to find some matchmaking services, and Ms. Reynolds' website came up, and it looked appealing, very aesthetically pleasing. The reviews were positive, so I decided to give her a call. So we had a consultation call. I shared with her what it was I was looking for, and
what is that?
I am looking for a very attractive man, a model-esque type.
You said model-esque type?
Model-esque type, that's correct. So like the Boris Kojos, the Michael Ealy's, the Morris Chestnuts, that's typically what I'm looking for, which may be why I'm still single, because there's no ring on this finger. So I'm trying to keep an open mind.
Okay.
And when she said that for...
Other than looks, though, just because this is going to be important to what I'm going to have to evaluate today.
Absolutely.
You know, we want a very good-looking man.
Yes.
How do you feel about what he does for a living? Can he have children?
Absolutely.
Age?
Yes. So with Ms. Reynolds' services, she says that she pairs her clients people with similar values and lifestyles.
Okay.
So a man who's faith-oriented, who's a leader, who's a hard worker, who is at least an executive that has had...
at least
an executive, yes, that has had at least 8 years of experience.
Okay. C-suite
level. Yes, exactly. And someone into fitness and health. Because I take care of myself and I want a partner to match that. So Ms. Reynolds shared with me that she does not provide photos. She will email profiles. And I was open to that, but I continued to reiterate, can you give me the man with the values, especially with the faith-based and the health and fitness? And she assured me that she could. And that was further from the truth.
So at what point did you realize you and Ms. Reynolds weren't aligned?
First date. The first date, Your Honor. And I wrote this down to make sure.
Go ahead and give the folder, ma'am, to Elijah so I can see.
Here you are, Elijah.
Thank you.
So, yes, ma'am, I want you to... take a look at match profile number 1. So she shared with me that...
Hold on, Miss St. James. Hold on, Miss Executive.
I'm getting ahead of myself. My apologies, Your Honor.
No, you're fine. I want to be able to follow along with you. There's a lot going on here. The first thing I want the court to know I'm looking at is the receipt that does show that you paid Ms. Reynolds $7,500 on your credit card for her matchmaking services. I do want it noted, though, it says no refund policy acknowledged at purchase.
Yes, that is correct. But also on her website, as well as our consultation call, she assured me that she would find me a man that matched the values, education levels, and lifestyle, and that did not happen at all.
So this is important. You're not asking for a refund. You're saying she violated her own contract.
She violated her own contract, and I'm also, honestly, Your Honor, asking for a refund because I can't get my time back, but I'm certainly
y'all see how I tried to help Miss St. James out? Y'all saw that, right? I guess they must have skipped that day at Harvard MBA school. Because what I was trying to do, now this is important, you catch this tea, Miss St. James. I was trying to create, essentially, a escape valve for you that would allow you to seek recovery, even though you did, even though you did pay and acknowledge that there was a no refund policy. So I was trying to create an alternative argument for you to be seeking relief.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we gonna talk a little less and listen a little more?
Yes, ma'am, we will.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now, let's get to the first date. So these are the profiles. Now I'm with you.
Yes, ma'am. And what I failed to mention, too, is she has 2 separate parts of her business. So she has the high-profile people, and then she also has the glow-up program, where she coaches men who feel unattractive and can't get with attractive women, but she coaches them to build their confidence. And based on these dates, I strongly feel that these came from the Glow Up program and not the High Caliber program.
Justice must not only be fair, it must appear fair. I was originally going to focus on the matchmaking, but now I want to talk about the judge. So, did the judge just show favoritism by helping the plaintiff? One of the reasons people trust the court system is because they believe the judge is a neutral decision maker. And when people feel one side is receiving more guidance or more coaching or more opportunities than the other, confidence in the process can begin to erode, even if the final decision is ultimately the right one. Now, I'm not an attorney. And this isn't a legal opinion. I am simply talking about the broader principle of fairness. A fair process is about making sure that both sides feel they had the same opportunity to present their case. And that's why the appearance of impartiality matters almost as much as impartiality itself. Now, jumping back to the plaintiff. Was she actually asking for too much? Are high standards the same as unrealistic standards? Should someone lower their standards just because they're difficult to meet? High standards are qualities you genuinely value in a partner. Unrealistic standards are expectations that have little chance of being met or that ignore reality. So the challenge is whether those standards align with what's actually available. I think having high standards is worthwhile, but with high standards, understanding that you're going to have a smaller dating pool. Let's get back.
Let me get Ms. Reynolds in here. Ms. Reynolds.
Hi, Your Honor.
I think you got some explaining to do, Ms. Reynolds. Okay, so talk to me. Let's start with the first part of your business program, which is the matchmaking.
Yes.
How long have you been a matchmaker, ma'am?
I've been a matchmaker for over 10 years.
Okay, great.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask you a question that a lot of matchmakers don't like to ask, but people are curious. What is your success rate like?
My success rate is 98%, and I base that off of how they feel about the services and everything. It's not so much based off of who I match them with. And if it ends up in a marriage or a proposal or anything like that. But I do have statistics on that as well.
Okay. So you have the matchmaking piece. You've been doing, you said, for 10 years.
Yes.
You claim very successful.
Yes.
But you do also have this glow-up program.
I do.
Now tell me about this.
Yes, that's a separate program that sometimes intertwines. These are men who feel that they're unattractive or maybe socially awkward, that need help in that department.
Coaching.
Yes, some coaching, exactly.
Okay. And do you provide these services yourself, the coaching?
I do, and I bring in other people as well, like with styling, hair, all of that sort of stuff.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So you're kind of like a personal image and confidence coach for these men.
Yes.
Now, where do you procure these men? Where do these men, where do you find them?
I meet people everywhere. I'm always talking to people. I want to talk to you after as well, and some of the people as well.
I know she did. Oh, she said you need to glow it up.
No, not for that program. Not for that program. I meant to say I meet
Miss Reynolds. Because you know Elijah think he's fine, girl.
No, he is. This is why I would like for him to be part of my matchmaking services. What I meant to say is I meet people everywhere.
Trying to clean it up.
The men come to me to ask me to do that. I don't suggest that they go to the Glow Up program. I mean, I make suggestions for people regardless, but some people need to go to the program.
Okay, so when Ms. St. James reached out to you for the consultation, that was via phone or?
That was via phone.
Okay.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And y'all had a good conversation, obviously.
We did.
Okay. She went forward, paid the retainer, $7,500.
Yes.
So you have been paid for your services. Talk to me about what is the next step. Because and this is not uncommon for anybody in here who has not worked with a matchmaker or doesn't know anyone who has. This no picture policy is not an outlier.
Right.
You're just trying to get her and all of your clients to focus on the other attributes in the profile, correct?
Yes, and attributes as more in character as well, because Veronica tends to focus as well on the type of work that they do.
Okay, so let's start with bachelor number one. Evan T., Heritage Operations Landlord Specialist, Land Stewardship Specialist.
Yes.
Devoted his life to managing and optimizing multiple acre agricultural environments with a focus on heritage preservation. And so this is sounds like altruistic work and very nice. His work requires discipline, physical strength, deep understanding. Okay. What did you think of this first bachelor, ma'am?
Well, as you said, Your Honor, Evan T., she described him as Heritage Operations and Land Stewardship Specialist when he was really a sharecropper. Now, there's nothing wrong with sharecroppers. My grandparents were sharecroppers, but when I'm paying almost $8,000 and giving you specificities of what I'm looking for.
Man, why don't you turn around and see the young lady behind you? She is falling out. I think many of us in this room have not heard even the term sharecropper used in a modern day context, probably in all of our life.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have just taken our breath away, man. Where are you from?
I'm from North Carolina originally, but New York now.
Okay. I thought you was going to say the Mississippi Delta, child. The way you talk. And I say that as somebody who's originally from Louisiana, so I say that with L-O-V-E, love.
Yes,
okay. So you're saying that Evan T. was not up to your professional standards.
He was not up to my professional standards. And not only that, as Ms. Reynolds said, I was trying to keep an open mind, to not focus so much on looks. But we met at a nice 5-star restaurant, and clearly he came from the farm because he had his bib overalls on, his plaid shirt, his boots were stomping. I heard him before I saw him. So I said, what type of match is this? He was very childish, not confident.
Who picked up the tab?
He did. He did pick up the tab, so I will give him that much.
Okay.
But the conversation was dry.
Okay.
He lacked confidence. And not very attractive, Your Honor. Again, looks aren't everything, but
okay. So number
hopeful.
1 was not a match.
Number 1 was not a match.
Okay, well, you know, first time ain't gonna be everything. So let's go on to bachelor number 2.
It got worse as it continued, Your Honor.
It got worse from the sharecropper.
It got worse from the sharecropper, Your Honor. So the next gentleman, whose name was Marcus L., Ms. Reynolds said that he was a community logistics and inventory systems coordinator. He was a grocery store stocker.
Yeah, these titles are getting a little suspect.
Thank you, Your Honor. Very misleading.
Miss Reynolds.
Okay.
Can we talk about these titles?
Yes. So here's the thing.
Fishy. Yeah.
Just like a woman wears makeup to enhance her features, I have to enhance the features of his title as well.
But she straight up lied, Your Honor.
Because here's the thing. Even though she stated all of the things that she wanted,
yes.
I can read through all of that. I put her in touch with men who she may not think to date because they have shared values.
No.
Ma'am. Ma'am. What kind of values? Now, Miss St. James seems like a charming young lady. But
Thank you,
anybody,
Your Honor.
Stevie Wonder could see a little elitist, a little materialistic. She's nodding along, by the way. She's honest in who she is. So we can't fault somebody who is standing 10 toes down with what they like, because we like what we like. So we can't then say, you don't have the right values.
Yeah.
You don't have the right compass. So let me reassign what I think you should be looking for.
It makes me wonder if the matchmaker was searching for the client or searching through her existing inventory. So a little less, I'm finding your perfect match, and a little more, I'm trying to fit you into the people I already have. Can someone really know what you want better than you do? Sometimes people can recognize patterns or blind spots that we don't see in ourselves, but there's an important distinction between offering insight and overriding someone's clearly stated preferences. Expertise can help someone ask better questions, but it shouldn't replace the answers you've already given. At that point, we're no longer solving the problem someone asked us to solve. We're solving the problem we believe they have, and I believe that expertise is most valuable when it adds to someone's perspective, not when it replaces it. Let's get back.
Let's go on to number 3. Let's go to number 3. Miss, and this is going to be our final one because I think I'm starting to see a little bit what's going on.
Oh, Your Honor, you will definitely get a chuckle out of this one. Because
Please, humor me, Miss
yes,
St.
ma'am.
James.
So the gentleman's name was Julian R. Ms. Reynolds described him as a financial analyst trainee with Ivy League Foundation. He was a first-year financial intern. Now, I have not been an intern in years, and yes, he has graduated and starting different things with his career. But again, I wanted somebody with 8 years full-time experience, and she's bringing an intern.
How old was this young man?
He was about 35.
Okay.
So same age as me.
Oh, he just has got a later start.
He's got a later start in life, which is perfectly fine. But Ms. Reynolds keeps saying about shared values and character. She's not listening to me as her client about what I'm asking.
This would have put, and I've been on these kind of dates as well. And they're fine if you are comfortable and you can be romantically attracted to a mentee type. He's a mentee to this woman, ma'am. And by no fault of her own or his, by the way, she's going to default to mean mommy on him. We all know how that ends. And everybody in here is nodding, ma'am, because we know exactly what this is going to look like. He's going to use the wrong fork because he hasn't had the experience. He's going to order the wrong wine because he doesn't know. That's probably something he'll learn in his second year at Harvard MBA school, right? And she's going to end up turning into the tutor on him. And you know what he's going to feel? Womp, 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 if you know what I mean. So that's not going to go. Before I make my ruling, Ms. Reynolds, do you have any remarks to the court as to why, and tell the truth before you give me your remarks. Did any of those men come from the Glow Up? Are they graduates of the Glow Up program?
They are. Some of them are graduates of the Glow Up program.
Okay,
and I do have evidence
honesty.
that a couple of them are engaged, and they stated...
And what kind of women are they engaged to, ma'am?
Actually, one is a judge.
Not me. I'm just letting y'all know, not me. Not me.
May I say something, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
She thinks she knows what she wants. She meets the type of people that she's talking about, but obviously it has not worked. I can see between the lines. I've been in this business for over 10 years.
You know what I see with you, Miss Reynolds? And I'm not mad at it, but I think you're in the wrong business. Ooh. No, I'm really serious. Y'all are laughing. This is real life talking. Because I've hired all of these types. Matchmaker, coach, this. You need to be a dating coach. I'm serious. Because when you're a matchmaker, that's a very direct transaction. That means I am paying you to go source the kind of men I'm telling you I want to meet. Mm-hmm. But when I'm paying you as a dating coach, a romance coach, or consultant, then you get to give me consulting and advice and input on who you think I would be most compatible with, who you might think I'm overlooking, who you think I should look at instead. That's that role. But matchmaker means if I say, what is this little song, 6'5", blue-eyed, whatever, 7 figures, that's what I expect. Likewise, if I say blue collar, 5'10", 2 kids, that's what I expect. Yeah. I don't expect you to go then and say, oh, no, Judge Ebony. You instead need a guy in tech. Mm-hmm. I told you what I want, and I gave you $7,500. Right. Now go give it to me.
Would you date someone with potential or someone already established? Potential isn't reality. Potential is a prediction about the future. Predictions can be right. They can be wrong. Potential isn't who someone is. Relationships exist in the present, and when we date someone for their potential, we're often asking them to become someone different than they are today. That is a risky foundation for any relationship because people grow at different rates, and sometimes they don't grow in the direction we expected. Healthy relationships are built on accepting who someone is, not who we hope they will become. So, time has a compounding value. Every year spent waiting for someone to become the partner you hope they'll be is a year permanently removed from your own life. And unlike money, it has no refund policy. You can't get those years back. So it's wiser to date someone who already shares your values today. If you know someone who's dating, share this with them and follow for more case breakdowns. Let's find out the verdict.
All right, I'm ready to rule, ladies. Y'all are lovely. Y'all are lovely. You in the wrong business. And it's okay. You have conflated your role. And today it's going to cost you. I believe that this woman paid $7,500 in good faith. I believe she's not asking for a refund. I think that she is instead making a successful argument that you are in breach of your own contract duties. Y'all had an express agreement to provide the type of men she said she wanted. You instead provided the type of men that you thought she needed. That puts you in breach of the express duty of that contract. I encourage you to pursue a coaching or consulting business, but when it comes to this matchmaking thing, you're a bit off base. The court rules in favor of the plaintiff for the full amount, $7,500, to Miss St. James.
Did the judge get it right? Would you hire the matchmaker after watching this? Sometimes a good process can still produce a bad outcome. Other times, a bad process produces the outcome it was always going to produce. At the end of the day, clients don't hire us for our intentions. They hire us to deliver what we promised. So the moral of the story, expertise is valuable, but it should never replace listening. So let's do better by respecting people's choices, even when they wouldn't be your own. Now, my final question for you. If you were the judge, how would you have ruled? Put your answers in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon.